I just finished playing Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, and I was both surprised and unsurprised to see how much I enjoyed the game. When the previews came out, I was already sold on the premise, but I'm happy to say that the game met and exceeded my personal expectations for my favorite Nintendo character. I played every level including the challenge levels at the very end, but I did not 100% it as I want to go back at my own pace. With that being said, let's get started. What made Yoshi and the Mysterious Book so special? Well, my little Yoshi enjoyers, or not, I don't know if you like Yoshi or not. What makes this game so special is that despite the babyfication of Yoshi, it still has that Nintendo magic that entrances us to keep buying their games. While many games ask you or challenge you to beat it, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book simply asks you to take a deep breath and appreciate it for what it is. These are my personal thoughts on Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. The game's setup is very simple. Bowser Jr. finds this book in Bowser's library? I guess Bowser is more of a scholar than I thought. He has an IQ of 9,800 after all. Bowser Jr., while looking over this book, sees a page about a bewilder bird that resides in a certain island, also known as the island where Yoshis live. Not to be confused with Yoshi's Island, these two are very different. Bowser Jr. sets off to find this bird but crashes and ends up getting stuck in the Mysterious Book, also known as Mr. E. The Yoshis find Mr. E, and after some encouragement to realize the book's fetish of having things inside of him, the Yoshis set forth to explore the pages of the book and study the many creatures that lie within. Nothing that special, yet, but it gets the job done. You encounter Bowser Jr. and Kamek getting into trouble throughout the game, and those levels serve as the game's boss levels. Kinda. I like that Bowser Jr. acts like such a brat and Kamek acts like a babysitter who's so done with his shit by the end of the game. It's a cute dynamic that we've seen Nintendo try to establish more and more recently, like with Origami King. And at the end, you get a cute little reason as to why Kamek wasn't in some of the Mario games for a long time. Apparently, he's been stuck in this fucking book forever. Kinda messed up if you think about it. The first thing that everyone noticed about this game is its stunning art style. The colors really pop and really immerses you into feeling like this is really taking place inside that book. The closest thing I can compare it to is Yoshi's Story, which had a similar vibe / setting. But in this art style, I did actually find one teeny tiny complaint. I don't like how Yoshi looks. Something about him felt blurry, like he wasn't as sharp as all the other enemies. Maybe this is intentional and they wanted it to look that way, but I have a feeling it has something to do with the engine and this was the best they could do. It's a shame because I really do love this art style, but somehow the most important character in the whole game didn't shine the way I wish he did. However, this isn't too noticeable and it never distracts you from all the wonderful and weird things you discover in this game. And yeah, this game gets a little weird. As I'm sure you've heard, there's a level where you force aliens to reproduce like you do in Minecraft. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book transforms Yoshi into the Charles Darwin of the Nintendo universe. In hidden text, it's actually referenced that Charles's middle name is actually Yoshi. Charles Yoshi Darwin. So in a way, Nintendo has made a documentary on his life and turned it into a game. It's all about exploration and discovering the various ways that the creatures within the book interact with the world around them. This might sound boring, but I promise you it's not. In my last Yoshi video, I said that this game does not trailer well. You can't make a trailer about this game without making it sound like a snooze fest. All Yoshi can do is jump, eat enemies, ground pound, throw eggs, and his new secret ultra mega move, putting creatures on his back. Not very exciting stuff if you just lay it out like that. By putting creatures on his back, Yoshi is better able to use the creatures to interact with the world, and with that, discover new things. For example, if I walk through these buds with these flowers I dubbed Bloomy Butt, yes, you can name every single creature in this game, then they bloom into flowers and you get a little sketch explaining what you did to achieve that. Again, I know this sounds boring, I know. But the best way I can explain it is that each level has its own achievement system, and it's up to you, the player, to see how many of those achievements you want to collect per level. If you go through each level just to beat it, then yeah, you're not gonna enjoy yourself. This isn't a traditional platformer where the point of the game is to get from one end to the next. But if you look at each level like an achievement hunt where you're trying to get as many achievements as you can, then the game starts to sound more fun, and when playing, that's exactly how it felt. For me personally, I did rush some of the levels that I didn't enjoy too much. I wasn't too fond of this purple cloud level, but I spent an extra amount of time on the levels that I enjoyed. My personal favorite was the piranha plant level. I thought the interaction and mechanics between all the creatures in this level were really engaging. I will say though, one small complaint that I do have is that I wish some, not all, of these little texts that appear as you play the game were voice acted. I feel like it would have helped with the game's immersion if every now and then the book talks about what you discovered instead of you just having to read it over and over again.
Grows to become a big tree.
The biggest takeaway and point of contention for this game is that you can't take damage. Like, at all. When you play the first level, you don't really think about it because you're just interacting with these little flowers. Like, yeah, I doubt these little guys can do much damage. But immediately afterwards, you get into a level with these bee fuckers called BTS. And though they can't stun you, that's about it. You don't take damage. You can't even fall through a pit. This, again, basically goes against everything that fans who want another Yoshi's Island game believes in. But again, it makes sense given the context of the game we're playing. Why should Yoshi take damage when the whole point of the game is to experiment and explore? Adding a damage meter or system would discourage that experimentation. Despite that though, there are still some levels that are themed around being more on the harder side. I'ma keep it completely real with you. I fucking screamed when I first saw the Beheader. Yeah, that's right, its name is basically just Beheader. He's gonna behead you. I love this level, but god damn did it scare the living shit out of me at first. Now, let's talk about something I wasn't too fond of. There are 2 credits in this game, one after beating World 6 and one after beating World 10. I don't like this and I don't see the point in this. It felt bizarre and out of place. When the first credits rolled, I felt dissatisfied and wanting more, which thankfully there is more. But the reason I don't like these credits is that a pretty fun mechanic is locked up until you get there. These exploration tools let you update your UI while you're playing the game and each serves a different function. This one shows my hearts, which is kind of pointless, but I have it because I like how it looks. This one shows the name of the creatures I'm around. This one shows how Yoshi reacts to the different things he eats. This one shows how fat Yoshi is. All of these make interacting with the world and creatures more enjoyable, but why is it locked until the second half of the game in a game that's already pretty short? It's frustrating because this is a mechanic that I really enjoyed playing with. You can make a UI that looks awful like this, let people play with it. I feel like in a game where so many people are already judging it for not being what they wanted, the last thing you can afford is hide away something like this. It's an odd choice. Another reason I don't like these first credits is that there are a lot of people when they see the credits roll, they don't want to keep playing. They don't care about the post-game content. This isn't post-game content, it just feels like World 7, 8, 9, and 10. And they're the best worlds in the game. They're so much more creative and imaginative than the first 6 worlds. I don't understand why these first credits exist. You can still have World 6 be Yoshi's Island, the island where Yoshis live, without needing to roll the credits. I don't think many people's experiences would have changed for the worse because of that. Just something that I thought was very strange of them to do. And that's basically the whole game. I don't know how else to try to sales pitch this game without making it sound boring, but it's a very special game. It's different, it's unique. I feel like there are so many special genres that came together to make this game. It's a 2D platformer, it's an exploration game, it's a puzzle game, it's an achievement hunter. It's so many things, except what many people have been wanting. It's not Yoshi's Island, and to me that's okay. This game is special in an era of Nintendo where I feel like they go heavy on the tutorials. This game is all about stepping back and letting the player figure it out on their own. I saw a YouTube video where they finished this game in like 7 hours, and I saw comments saying how crazy it is that Nintendo's doing the bare minimum again. But I feel like that's such a disservice to this game. It's only 7 hours if you just try to beat every level from point A to point B, but it's so much longer if you give yourself the time to explore and actually play with this world that the game gives you. Instead of challenging this game for what it is, let's relax and let Yoshi and the Mysterious Book give you the experience that you've never had before. Let the game take over. Thanks for watching, and have a blessed day. Bye!